WrestleMania goes Hollywood, but was it any good? Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this. It's another installment of your favourite series. It's 10 years ago, and tonight, as you've obviously noticed by both the thumbnail and the title, tonight we're going to be looking at a WrestleMania 21. A lot of people seem to think this is an underrated WrestleMania. They seem to think it's a failure. In some respects, some people think this is a favourite WrestleMania of theirs. Let's find out if it was any good. It is April the 3rd, 2005. We are live at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. You know that there's been many shows there over the years. There are 20,193 fans on hand as WrestleMania goes Hollywood. Booker T won a Battle Royal in the dark match, which is good to know. Lillian Garcia sings America the Beautiful, while we get the usual patriotic America is amazing bollocks video that us Brits just laugh at and go, because we do. Oh, we do. Oh, we do. Because it's pathetic. We've seen various parody videos, because of course we are in Hollywood, so we've seen various parody videos of various different films with WWE superstars mocking them and that. We saved the best one till last, as Stone Cold takes off Gladiator, and it is wonderful. We get a proper, decent pyrotechnic display to start the show. This is a proper, I emphasise the word proper just because of the shite that we saw at Destination X a few weeks ago. 1,085,000 buys. That is roughly a 1.8 buy rate, something around that. Pretty damn massive, isn't it? Our opening contest is Rey Mysterio defeating Eddie Guerrero. Any good match. Cole starts us off with, it's only appropriate that WrestleMania starts with SmackDown. And I go to mock him for this. I actually start writing some bollocks. I'm like, no, yeah, how is that appropriate? But then you just do a quick little sum in your head and you go, yeah, of course, the last two WrestleManias actually had a SmackDown match open the show. So it actually kind of makes sense. Tag team champions here. They're feuding just because, according to the non-existent video package for it. Is one of those, if you're going into this as your first wrestling show, these two are the tag team champions and they're having a match just because. So, lovely crisp mat work from both men. After a moment or so, Rey gets a sunset flip, but is launched over the top to the outside. Back inside, he feigns a 619. He has to do up his mask as he catches his breath. That, I hope, doesn't continue. They do a lucha-style arm bridge that Eddie transitions into a key lock. A reversal sequence leads to a big-ass monkey flip by Eddie, followed by a right hand that knocks Rey to the outside. He follows up with a cross body, and then inside a cover gets two. He locks on a surfboard stretch, but gets the crowd behind Rey. Eddie gets two off a belly to back suplex, and then another off a surfboard, but means Eddie's shoulders down, so he does another surfboard. Right, a surfboard, help me out here. A surfboard stretch is behind, you pull their arms back, and you drive your knee into their back, right? So that's the surfboard stretch. But what is it when you stand on their arms, on their legs, you grab their arms and you lean backwards so they're up in the air? Because I know that as a surfboard stretch. Well, I know Eddie does one of those, but of course that means his shoulders are down, so the referee he has to break it. STF by Eddie. Rey is now having to constantly adjust his mask. Rey escapes the STF with an arm drag. Trust me, that does make sense. He's sort of the way he flips out of it, yeah, because if you're on the ground in STF, how the fuck do you get out of it? Seeing it written down like that, you're going, eh? But no, trust me, it does make sense. Eddie knocks to the outside, so Rey hits a corkscrew puncher, and Rey sells the arm when he gets up, which is a nice touch. He gets a senton, but runs into an elbow, and allows Eddie to get one of the three amigos as Rey counters into a sunset flip for two. A truly gargantuan backbreaker by Eddie, followed by the three amigos. Well, this time it's two of them, as Rey escapes again, putting Eddie in the 619 position, but Eddie escapes and gets another backbreaker, this one a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. It's so goddamn pretty, you have to see it to believe it. All three amigos finally, so that technically is 5 amigos, isn't it? No, it's not at all, it's 6. I'm an idiot. 6 amigos. Eddie goes up top, frog splash misses. Ray's mask is actually getting to the point where he's putting me off now. I'll talk about why in a second. 619 connects for Ray, who is bleeding from the mouth. West Coast Pop is counted into a sick snap powerbomb for 2. And then Eddie goes to hit another tilt-a-wall slam, but Ray counters that into a Rana that gets the win at 12 minutes and 39 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not like that finish one bit. Because it came out of nowhere, it was one of those, looks a bit fluky. Because he gets a Rana, and the way that he holds onto the leg, like if it's for dear life, I don't know, just looked like a fluke. Decent length, odd crowd. They popped for every move, but were deathly silent for the rest of it. There was one moment where Eddie had a submission move locked in, and the crowd's Ray, yeah, getting behind him, and getting the claps going. But other than that, they were silent. Fuck all of that, though. It's Ray's mask. It's so irritating. I remember the mask being an issue, right? So what I did is in this match, I tried my absolute hardest to ignore it. I tried so very hard. And the thing is, wrestling's all under suspension of disbelief. We get that. I cannot suspend my disbelief if you've just taken a move and you adjust the mask and don't sell it. That is so fucking stupid. These two had said beforehand that they were going to try and top their match from Halloween Havoc 97, and they didn't. As simple as that. I think they put too much pressure on themselves, and Ray's mask, you could see that it was irritating Eddie to something fierce. Focus on the back of Ray the majority of the part, and yeah, Ray didn't bother selling it. It was just really dumb. 3 stars is the best I can do, and the 2 men shake hands afterwards. In the back, WWE Champion JBL and the new United States Champion Orlando Jordan bump into Triple H and Flair, and they diss each other something fierce. The best part about this is right at the end when Triple H and Flair walk away. So Triple H walks away and Flair's there. Orlando Jordan's here and he just goes, woo! And Orlando Jordan shits himself. Very amusing. Oh, Adam Sandler's here, folks, in the front row. Yay! Next, Edge defeating Chris Jericho, Shelton Benjamin, Christian and Kane in a very, very, very good Money in the Bank ladder match. You know how this one works. There's a briefcase high above the ring. In it, it has a title shot valid for any championship. So if you want to go for the IC title belt with it, you can. You really can. It's valid for 1 year. First get the briefcase wins. Good to see the Shelton Benjamin's Intercontinental Championships on the line. Oh wait. Bring on the spots. This one's going to be hard to do. I watched this with my good friend Danny Ace, and he's going to be reviewing this as well. And trust me, if you follow me on Twitter, I will post the link to his review. And he said afterwards, how the fuck did you play-by-play that? Because we didn't pause it once, and I've got the whole fucking match. Yes! And it's one of those, it's being able to type without looking at the keys, folks. It's that simple. You watch, and you type, and you go, and then you the next day you go and correct the spelling mistakes. Kane's entrance is pretty cool. The set on fire, that was nice. So, let's go for it. They all tried to beat on Kane. Tried being the correct word there, because Kane just, no, and no, get off me. Eventually, Kane hits a double suplex as Jericho rams a ladder into Christian's face, because he can, damn it. Shelton and Jericho got it. Chris getting the bulldog, then cross-body onto Edge and Benoit. Christian then dives onto them all. And then Shelton gets a sweet somersault plancher. And then, lastly, Kane goes up top and jumps onto them all for good measure. Good stuff. Kane uses his brain and rams a ladder into, well, everyone who comes near him, but it's drop-kicked into his face. Jericho uses a ladder on various people, then calmly spots the Edge is down and just goes, meh, throws it at him. Why not? He picks it up and gets German suplexed, which is nice. The ladder goes flying, could have gone anywhere, very dangerous. Benoit climbs, but it's blocked by Kane. He wants a chokeslam, but Benoit transitions into the crossface. He crossfaces Edge as well, for funsies. And then they are both taken out by Kane. Benoit, oh, you'll like this one. If you like psychology, you'll know what's coming next. Right, Benoit's arm is trapped in a ladder. Kane gets it, squashy. Yeah, Benoit will sell that arm for the rest of the match. I will mention it, trust me. Con Ladder O by Edge and Christian, who eat dropkicks from Shelton. Edge gets revenge and whips Shelton into a ladder, but a spear is turned into a flap Jackie. Shelton hits a stinger splash on Edge onto a ladder. He climbs, but is stopped by Jericho. Christian and Benoit join them. Benoit he's climbing with one arm, because the left arm is just a mess, because he got trapped in a ladder, which of course would destroy it. So he's climbing up, he's only got one arm. Fucking straight. T-bone suplex off the top of the ladder on Edge looks amazing. Christian sets up one ladder across another. Jericho climbs. Shelton runs up the ladder and clotheslines Jericho off the top. Holy shit, that looked incredible. Shelton climbs, but is KO'd off. I'm too far. Shelton climbs but is KO'd off the ladder by Christian, then chokeslammed over the top rope by Kane. Mercifully, oh man, this is one of those, oh, sort of takes your breath away because his leg catches in the top rope and you're going, if that hadn't happened, he probably would have died. Tonko takes out Kane and puts Christian on his shoulders and climbs. Kane stops him. Christian keeps going while Kane gets rid of Tonko. Kane pushes the ladder over, so Christian goes throwing onto his mate on the outside. That's great. Jericho and Klein came, but they knock the ladders over and crash onto the top rope. Benoit is still selling the arm as he climbs again. It's nowhere near the briefcase. He just wants to do a diving headbutt on Kane because he can, and because you fucked my arm up. His face is a mangled mess at this point. He's busted open in at least 2 places, and he's like going, how's that happened? You know, what a brilliant. This time he wants the case, but Kane sits up. They both climb. Benoit uses his head to knock Kane off. Benoit is so close, but then out of nowhere, Edge, the ultimate opportunist as he will become known, it hits him with a chair, climbs, gets the case at 15 minutes and 17 seconds. Really enjoyed this, folks. An incredible one-man performance by Benoit, nothing else. You don't see selling or storytelling like this in matches like this. You just don't. It just doesn't happen. Everyone looked good. No one does the shitty slow climbing. You know, it's one of those big, I think most people have got this big bugbear like I have about ladder matches, like, you know, oh, I can't climb, I'm so tired. Fuck off. It's the world title. You can be tired after the match. Spots all look good. Armbreaker off the top, T-bone off the top. Shelton's run the ladder. Did they mention the armbreaker? I didn't recall. Yeah, Christian did an armbreaker off the top rope on Benoit. Looked incredible. T-bone suplex, like I say, was good. Shelton running up the ladders. What's great about watching this in 2015 is how refreshing it is that the Money in the Bank match is once a year. It's that simple. It's one of those, look, it's, you know, looking through the jaded, cynical eyes of a fan who's had to put with a Money in the Bank pay-per-view with 2 Money in the Bank matches a year. It just felt refreshing, is the truth. Really enjoyed that one. Next up, we've got to have some poo, haven't we? As Eugene comes out. He talks about his favourite WrestleMania moments, but then out comes Muhammad Hassan to tell us how angry he is about being left off the card. And then Eugene gets some beats, so who makes the save but Hulk Hogan, who was just hanging around backstage in his wrestling gear, just happened to be there. The big bad heels actually get some offense in. 1 punch each, just the one, before it's beats. Big boot for Daivari and he's launched to the outside, he hasn't done the leg drop. So, yeah, sorry, that was on Hassan. Daivari, he's got a chair. He goes, charges in. Hogan no-sells the shit out of a chair shot. Hits him with the punches. Hits him with the big boot. And is launched to the outside. We ain't getting no leg drops tonight. Crowd love this, as you can probably imagine. No leg drop makes you go, And then, of course, Hogan hot dogs for fucking ages. Poses and poses and poses. Poses and poses and poses. And then goes up the entrance ramp. And just when you think he's done poses, a big fucking old glory drops down. Because fucking America, folks. And it's pose. And you're sat there going, just get on with this. If you like this, good for you, feel good moment. I'm sat there going, I just don't care. Please fast forward. Next, Undertaker defeating Randy Orton in an okay match. Orton's babyface run has failed so epically. Bear in mind, he only turned babyface in September. Or, end of August, wasn't it? September, he turned heel. So here we are in early April, and he's already big bad heel again. And you start going, right, best turn him heel. In kayfabe, superstar Billy Graham had told Orton to do something that no one else had, so he challenged the dead man. And then solidified his heel turn by hitting RKOs on his on-screen girlfriend Stacy Keibler, and then on Jake Roberts, who had appeared on Raw to tell him to not underestimate The Undertaker. Orton goes into this match, so with a shoulder injury, so you're not expecting much. Taker appears to glide to the ring in a cloud of smoke. That's nice. Orton slaps Taker. Probably not a smart move. Orton gets control with the back body drop. He hits a right hand, but goes for a roll up for 2. So he gets a roll up for 2. RKO is countered, so Taker can get his leg drop on the apron and then hit old school. Taker tries a big boot, but gets straddled on the top rope, then knocked to the outside. They brawl for a moment. Taker gets 2 off a DDT, then the same off a sidewalk slam. Orton lays in punches, but Taker sits up. Crowd let Randy know that he sucks. Randy sucks. Randy sucks. Randy sucks. He sucks, Slugfest leads to Taker clothesline for 2, followed by a Dragon Sleeper that Orton smartly counters into a nice DT for 2. A headlock by Orton, and then a sleeper. Because he's evil, you see, He's allowed to do them because he's mean, but he's still one of those, Taker counters out with a suplex, obviously. Orton gets a nice snap power slam for 2. He wants 10 punches in the corner. He gets 9, but Taker wants the last ride. That's counted into an RKO attempt that doesn't work, and the referee is bumped. Hooray! Taker wants the last ride, but Orton shifts his weight, or Taker drops him. One or the other. It does not look pretty. Ace Cowboy Bob Orton smashes Taker with the injured arm, then revives the referee, but the cover only gets 2. Bob is knocked off the apron, Tombstone is countered into an RKO for a great near fall, and it was, but then Orton goes for a Tombstone power driver of his own, which is fucking stupid, because if there's one man out there who knows how to counter a Tombstone, it's the fucking Undertaker, who gets the win at 14 minutes and 14 seconds to go 13, I know, I almost said 14 then, 13 and the crowd seemed to enjoy this one, especially the last 5 minutes or so, but my god, Orton Tedlocks, you forget how fucking boring they are. In my opinion though, the problem with this match is that Taker gets too much offense, in my opinion. He gets out such an ass whooping, he really was. And I've got to say, from a personal point of view, I was expecting a much longer finishing sequence than this, because maybe it's just one jaded old cynical Marc. But one Tombstone at this point at WrestleMania against rising star Randy Orton, you expect him to kick out. You just do. So you're not expecting that to be the finish. And that's, yeah, it's an alright. It's a 2.5 star match if you're feeling good, alright? How's that sound? Next. Trish Stratus defeated Christy Hemme in a poor match to retain the Women's Championship. Christy Hemme, you may remember, won the Divas Search. This is her debut match. She's been training with Lita, who of course is the best example of someone to train with, isn't it? Hemme's music is fucking awful. Let me tell you about this one. I'll give you this one in great detail. Trish calls the entire match and basically has to walk Hemme through the match. Hemme is fucking awful. She doesn't have a clue, and this is not the match to make your debut in. Hemme gets 2 off a neck breaker that Jim Ross absolutely insists on calling a twist of fate, despite the fact that it's not. Trish, though, it's not all Hemme for in this one. Trish forgets to kick out of a fucking cover, which is fun. So technically, Christy should have won the match there. She puts us out of our misery after 4 minutes and 41 seconds by hitting the chick kick for the win. If I was very, very nice, I'd give this one 1/2 star because Christy Hemme was obviously trying very hard. I'm not a very nice guy though. Good for me. I don't understand why Lita was out there. I don't follow this one at all. Lita's out there. She's been training Christy. I get it, but why not make her the guest referee if she hates Trish and she's been helping Christy? You know, just a thought. Anyway, match of the night next as Kurt Angle defeats Shawn Micheals in a classic match. Angle is vexed at Shawn. You may remember that they had a little tete-a-tete at the Royal Rumble. Angle feels that while he was wrestling at the Olympics with a broken frickin' neck, and people were telling him, oh, you're not the best wrestler in the world, Shawn Micheals is the best wrestler in the world. It used to eat him up. So now, Kurt Angle is going to do everything better than Shawn. So we see Kurt Angle versus fucking Marty Jannetty on Raw one week, which is fun times. You know, there's a Rockers reunion, and then we get, one-on-one, which is fun. This feud gives us one of my all-time favourite wrestling moments ever. And you know what's coming. You know I'm talking about fucking sexy Kurt. Kurt Angle comes... I'm not going to talk about anything else in the build, it's just this, right? Kurt Angle comes out with Sensational Sherry and does his own version of Sexy Boy. And it's one of my absolute favourite things. It just makes me sad seeing Sherry because she's so beautiful and she's got the big smile on her face and she's dead a year later. And you go, Or is it 2 years later? It's not. She hasn't got much time. HBK slaps Angle, so Angle takes him to school on the mat, but Shawn Micheals comes back with a headlock takedown. He keeps on the headlock while Angle tries to escape. They break, and again, Shawn Micheals back to the headlock, then transitions to the arm. Angle uses his absolute silly strength to escape, and what I mean by that is, Shawn holds on the armbar, so Kurt picks him up with the arm on. While Shawn's got the arm, all his body weight on top. Amazing. Shawn transitions from there. Because at the end of the day, what it means is that Kurt stood up and Shawn's up here holding onto the arm. So he's able to just roll forward into a sunset flip. A backslide gets 2, a backside gets 2, and then it's back to the headlock by Shawn. In the corner, we have some punches, but Kurt gets the ankle lock. quickly countered by Shawn, and we end up on the outside where the SmackDown announcers table is set up. Angle looks like he wants to suplex Shawn through the table, but instead drives him really hard into the ring post. Holy fuck, this spot looks so nasty. The way he's driven, basically what he does is Angle gets him up in the angle slam position, and it looks like he's going to angle slam him through the announce table, but instead he chooses to sort of turn around and ram him back first into the ring post. Now, this is the problem we have here, is that on the camera angle that we show it from first, it's the hard camera, and it looks so nasty. It's one of those, right, wrestling's fake, but how the fuck do you fake being driven back first into a steel ring post? Then they don't do all their good work by showing the replay on the other side, which shows that Shawn missed the ring post by a clear foot, and it was actually the sound you heard was him getting his hand up. Now, the thing is, I've got no problem with this. It's not like I'm going to sit there going, oh, he should have taken the bump. What the problem I've got is that if I was Kevin Dunn and I saw that replay, I wouldn't show it. And they show it 3 times during the match, and you're going, why would you show that view that clearly shows that Shawn didn't actually touch? Angle obviously goes to work on the back, locking on a body scissors. Shawn is whipped hard into the corner, then eats a perfect pair of belly-to-belly suplexes. Kurt with a headlock, with a knee in the back. Man, they show that shit replay again, see what I mean? Why would you want to see that? Up top, Kurt wants a superplex, but he's pushed off. Shawn goes for the macho elbow, but Kurt moves. And of course, you know what that means, don't you? If he moves, what does that mean? Yep, Shawn comes down hard back first. The straps come down, but Kurt is launched outside, so Shawn cross bodies off the top. Kurt wants the German, Kurt wants to do the German suplex off the apron through the announce table. Never gonna happen. Shawn does the only thing he can think of and goes low. He notices Angle is using he sort of uses a table to hold himself up. So Shawn hits a springboard crossbody onto the table, which doesn't break, they just bounce off it. Back and forth inside, Shawn gets an atomic drop, a slam, and a macho elbow. He cues up the band, not selling the back once. Sweet Chin Music is countered into the ankle lock. Shawn gets to the ropes to a smattering of boos, and then we're going to ramp it up just a little bit. As Angle Slam is countered into a sunset flip that is countered into an ankle lock, which is countered into a pin attempt. That sequence, folks, looks so fucking smooth, it's unreal. Sweet Chin Music is countered into an Angle Slam for a great near fall. Kurt, because he's already done it once, pulls the straps up and then pulls them down again. Fucking great, and you know why he's doing that. It could only be one of 2 moves, and if it's not the ankle lock, it's the big deep breath here. Arm-breaking moonsault of doom! It's a big one as well. Wrestlemania moonsault. It misses, obviously. Shawn Michaels goes up top, but Angle runs up. He doesn't do the pop-up belly-to-belly suplex. No. Pop-up Angle Slam because reasons. It does not get the fucking win, and cover only gets 2. It looks so good and should have been the win right there. Angle shouts at Michaels. So sure, man, this bit is so funny. It's so funny. Angle sort of picks him up and he's shouting at him and shouting at him and shouting at him. So Shawn Michaels switching music with him out completely out of nowhere. He's like, that is great. Absolutely fucking great. Shawn crawls over, gets the cover, only gets 2. Shawn Michaels looks so out. I mean, he gets up and he just looks so like that Sweet Music took the last out of him. So Kurt, calm as you like, just takes his leg out and puts his ankle lock on. Shawn tries everything he can to escape, almost getting to the ropes. Kurt pulls him back in. He can't, and when Kurt Angle grapevines the leg, that's it. You know it's over. Shawn Michaels desperately crawls. He is trying on for dear life. The crowd are at a fever pitch, and at exactly the right moment, taps out. 26 minutes and 14 seconds. Very good match. Love this one. Crowd were hot throughout. Michael showed that he could hang with Kurt in the early goings on the mat, which I really liked. Angle's intensity, guys, is fucking scary sometimes. I would not like to get in the ring with that guy. Some of the sequences in this match are just unbelievable, and the pace is so fast. At 26 minutes long, some would argue that this was too long. I don't agree with that sentiment one bit. I'd say that I could watch 10 more minutes of this quite comfortably, but and this is a big nitpicky mark, but this is not the 5-star match that a lot of people seem to think that it is. Shawn's telling, come on guys, you can't get that much working done on the back and then stop that. Just stop selling it. When he went for the angle slam off the top, when he hit the angle slam from the top, I think about it, every move that Kurt had done to that point had been on the back. That should have been the finish, in my opinion. Yeah, I get the ankle lock. I think they could have done, because we knew that these guys would do a rematch. I think the ankle lock could have been saved personally. That's just me. My other nitpick is that Angle did nothing to the ankle before he put the ankle lock on. Work it down a bit, man. Do like Flair does, stomp on it, stomp it across the ropes, do a shin breaker, then put the figure 4 on. He did nothing. It was just ankle locks. And the ankle lock is a devastating submission move. I get that. I think it should be softened up first. Like, he was doing all that stuff on the back to set up for the angle slam. You don't just do the angle slam, you weaken him first. I didn't like that. It's one of those times where I regret the day that I dropped the 1/4 star ratings. I do stars and halves. I don't do quarters or 3/4. If I still did, this would be a 4 3/4 star match. I don't, so it's not. It's 4 1/2. And I will now sit and wait for the are you wrong in the comments. Piper's Pit with Stone Cold Steve Austin. They trade insults. Piper says it's bullshit that Austin is considered the toughest SOB and the biggest rebel. So Austin comes out, Piper slaps him, Austin responds in kind. Piper does not like the what chance. That is fucking great. The way he plays for them is absolutely fantastic. But it's all bollocks because Piper runs down Austin about being a rebel. Austin comes back saying he's not intimidated by Piper, and then Carlito comes out to run them down and get owned. And that's nice. And then Piper and Austin drink beers, which is nice. And then we get a stun of Piper as well, which is nice. I have no idea why this happened whatsoever. This was an utter waste of my time. Speaking of wasting time, oh yeah, next up, Akebono defeated the Big Show in a fucking sumo match on my wrestling pay-per-view at Wrestlemania. Show in a nappy is something that no man should ever see. Crowd don't care. Why should they? Is this a work or a shoot? Who gives a shit? I don't. Fuck it, let's move on. Awful. Just awful. So John Cena defeated JBL in a piss poor match to win. It's not a piss poor, it's just a poor match to win the WWE Championship. Cena won the No 1 Contenders match, as we all know, at No Way Out. JBL has been champion for about 10 years. Power Slam at this point had reported that the WWE was having a spinner championship belt made, and this was about a month before WrestleMania. Like, oh no. If you had told me years later that spinner belt would still be in use, I would have fucking laughed at you. Like, no, it's just for Cena, isn't it? It'll bring the undisputed title belt back for everyone else. No, years. Yeah, years. I'd probably have cried, actually, is the truth. Cena dropped the United States Championship to Orlando Jordan on March the 4th, which is nice. And to show that how badly he wants the championship, but John Cena had hit the FU on Teddy Long to show how much of a badass he is. So, champion out first, because it's WrestleMania, I guess, or something. He comes out with a police escort and JBL dollars descend from the roof. Cena has his current music, the one he's got right now. So it's one of those, there's no more basic thugonomics. I want to know if Cena ever advanced to intermediate thugonomics or advanced thugonomics. I just need to know. So JBL owns Cena, hitting a pair of neck breakers, choking on the ropes, and a spine buster, which is very dangerous because he could have busted his spine with that. Main event sleeper is counted into a back suplex, but JBL goes back on the offense, hitting his 4th neck breaker of the match. But this one was on the outside, damn it, so it's all good. Up top, JBL gets a suplex for 2. A super clothesline from hell is turned into a scoop slam, if you believe Cole. Comeback time for Cena, who hits the 5 moves of doom to silence and gets the FU to win the match at 11:26. And his first championship. We are so used, I've said this already once on this bloody video, we are so used to near-fall sequences in title matches that I don't think there was a single soul in this building or watching this on pay-per-view who thought that would be the finish. I know I sure as fuck didn't. Sure as fuck didn't. Boring match, no story. Well, there is a story, which is that Cena gets owned, but still wins. Get used to it, folks. You're going to have to put up with a lot in the next couple of years. And this is where... So that's the thing, at this point, Cena's probably actually quite popular. It will turn, I promise you, over the next couple of months. Cena bites the belt to make sure it's real, which is good of him. Scary to say this, folks. I can't actually believe that I'm even saying this. I believe that as much as I haven't enjoyed watching JBL as champion one bit, I didn't like it at the time. I went into it with an open and honest, like, I'm giving him a chance, and I've hated his matches. But I feel he deserved better than this, shall we say, as the title send-off. Can't go higher than one. I just can't. Hall of Fame video. Look at the Hall of Fame. Hogan, Piper, Orndorff, Sheik, Volkov, Orton, Senior, and Jimmy Hart. Every single one of them deserves to be in there. There's no Drew Carey, for example. 2 years straight, Hall of Fame's been good. So, hang on a sec. Didn't 2004 have Pete Rose? Maybe not. So, bear with me a second. So, Batista defeating Triple H in a match to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So, you may remember at No Way Out, Batista came out to attack JBL because he thought that JBL had tried to run him over on an episode of Raw. Now, this was all good until Batista overheard Triple H and Ric Flair talking backstage about how they'd set it all up so that Batista would go to SmackDown to fight JBL for the championship at WrestleMania, and Triple H gets to keep his belt. Happy days. And of course Batista played off it, and he came out and he had his SmackDown contract, and he did the thumbs down for Triple H, just like Triple H had done to Orton. This slow burn storyline has been so wonderful because the fans believe that they're the ones who are turning him, and it's been a natural, organic process, even though it's been planned for months. It's great when it goes like that, if we get behind someone. But all the goods is undone on the entrances, in my opinion, because Triple H comes out first because it's WrestleMania and he's the champion, and he gets his Motorhead intro from WrestleMania 17. Lemmy knowing about as many of the words to the song that he wrote as previous. Did Jim Johnson write that one? Before I get in the comments, I'm going to say that he might have written it, but he certainly, he recorded it, and it's sure he might have practiced a few times, Lemmy, but never mind. So look, Motorhead are playing, and then Triple H comes up through the stage, looking like a fucking superstar. There's no other way to put it. He looked like a superstar, and Batista looks like a fucking nobody compared, in my opinion. If they have any sense, folks, any sense at all, this match lasts for 10 minutes, and it's 6 minutes, I suppose, of Triple H beating on Batista, and 4 minutes of just Batista battering Triple H. Got to be like that. Unfortunately, man, this one's slow. Batista almost drops Triple H on his head when he press slams him. Scary stuff. He hits a back body drop, but Hunter controls with the knee, knocking Batista to the outside. Flair distracts so Hunter can get control by ramming the head into the steps. He gets an elbow off Bret's rope, and Flair chokes with his traffic. Triple H focuses on the back, which makes sense. You can't do the Batista bomb if you've got a bad back. He gets a vertical suplex for 2. Followed by a backbreaker, which is very dangerous because we've done that one already, sorry. Flair helps out some more. Batista starts to come back, but wait for it, runs into for the second time today. Big deep breath. Batista starts to come back, but it's the quad-ripping spine buster of doom! It gets 2. We worked and it works back, so we approve, don't we? Pedigree is countered, but Triple H gets a face buster for 2 and goes up top, where he attempts a top rope. Nothing. It's countered. Batista gets a sidewalk slam but then he runs into a boot. On the outside, Batista was launched into the steps. Triple H wants a pedigree on the steps. That's countered into a catapult into the ring post, busting Triple H open. Batista drives the head into the steps, but he's not showing this is his comeback time, right? And I've got written on my notes in capitals here, he isn't showing the intensity and fire that his comeback needs. I hope that makes a lot of sense. He doesn't bother selling the back either, which is just beyond annoying because he's slowed down so much. This match goes so long, and they've only got 10 minutes of content, and it goes 21 minutes, so they need to do everything slowly. Now, the thing is, Batista's had a back work the whole match. If he slows it down, it makes sense. Sell the back, and everyone's laughing, but he just doesn't bother. He just does everything slowly. Flair gets owned and the ref dives off the apron to stop Triple H using the chair, which while looked funny was also really stupid. Let him use it and then disqualify the guy. That's your job, referee. It's not your job to stop him using the fucking chair, idiot. Spinebuster for Flair. Belt shot by Triple H, only gets 2, obviously. Spinebuster by Batista, but Triple H goes low while Flair is distracting the ref, so the bomb is countered. Pedigree is countered into a side slam, and the bomb gets the win at 21 minutes and 34 seconds. This match was A, too long. B, the psychology was all over the shop, so it was pointless. And guys, let's be honest here, Batista's comeback looked shit. Even Cena's 5 moves of doom in his title match had intensity behind them. This guy just looked lost. Batista looked like he was intimidated by the setting. It's like up until this point he'd been this cool bad guy, then he became a cool baby face, and then you sat there looking and he's realised the gravitas of what this is. I'm in the main event, like, oh shit, and he sort of choked a little bit. He didn't play to the crowd at all, like a new babyface should, surely. And then the best part for me in all this is he's stood on the top rope with his fucking belt, and look at the background, yeah, fucking legions of fans fucking off, because we don't give a shit about this fucker at all. What should we give that one? What should we give it? I mean, 1, it's better than the JBL Cena match, I suppose. So we'll go with 1.5. Do you want to go 2 stars if you're feeling generous? Didn't enjoy the Eugene bit. I didn't enjoy the Piper's Pit. I didn't enjoy the sumo match. I didn't enjoy the 2 title matches. Actually, no, fuck it. I tell a lie there, because there were only 3 title matches on this show. I didn't enjoy the 3 title matches. For the most part, the in-ring stuff of the first half is decent. So it's a proper show of 2 halves. One half of it is really good, and the other half of it is awful. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, says to me a 5 out of 10 show. The thing that's what's crazy about this is, remember that the theme to this was big time and all that. This didn't feel like a WrestleMania. It felt like a big show, yes, but not a WrestleMania big. So Eddie and Ray is good. Money in the Bank's good. Undertaker and Randy Orton's alright, could have been better. And Angle versus Micheals is one of those matches that I know I'm going to get that match is a 5-star classic. Yeah, bollocks, it's not. It just isn't. Anyway, fuck it. So yeah, this sounds like a 5 out of 10. It sounds like a 5 out of 10 show. If you're feeling nice, go 6. I'm not nice at all. I'm going to go 5. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode. You watch my vids. This has been another episode of 10 years ago. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please let me know down below. If you're new to my videos and you thought, this guy waffling bollocks for half an hour is quite interesting, please hit the subscribe button. Check me out on Twitter. Check me out on Facebook as well. And I'll be back very, very soon for my favourite series 10 years ago. I'm Marc P. Like I say, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys.